Welcome to All Things Havasu with Chris Rydell and Lonnie Stevenson. It's everything you'd expect from these guys, plus some serious interviews about Lake Havasu City. Now, All Things Havasu.
Is this on?
Yeah, it's on.
We're live now.
We're live. It's us.
Good morning, Havasu. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to say
it's
good
a podcast.
Morning.
There's no time.
Could be afternoon.
Could be evening.
Could be late evening.
That's right.
Should we do the sexy voice?
Hello, listeners.
Hello, everybody. Lonnie Stevenson here and my good friend Chris Rydell.
Welcome to All Things Havasu.
So, we got some really cool stuff coming up. Not only events in Havasu, but we've got a really cool guest that we're going to speak to here in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be speaking with my longtime friend Kenny Samp, who I've known since high school. His family ran the original bowling alley here for many, many years. His father was in charge of Parks and Recs, and even has a park here named after him in Lake Havasu, and another one in Southern California, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know there was one in Southern California.
Yeah, I didn't till fairly recently as well. So he's here to talk to us today about his Sunset Tour business, which is we had a real fun time talking with him, so you will enjoy that.
So did we talk to him, or we're going to talk to him?
Well, in the timeline of things, we've already talked to them, but we pretend... We've already done this the last episode. There you go, breaking down that fifth wall again. So, wanted to take a minute to thank all of our listeners and that are helping us help grow this. Doing some research on the statistics, we found out that we have a lot of listeners in Arizona, but we tracked our listeners. We have some people from Florida.
We can do this.
We can do this with statistics.
We can see where people are listening to us from.
Yeah, which is pretty neat. Florida, California, had a few listeners from Colorado. Virginia, we actually had a few people from. And Alaska, we have some listeners. And we just picked up a couple listeners from Ireland, which I think that's pretty cool. Now,
that's incredible.
I try to do my little fake Irish accent, but I don't think I know how to do it.
I think we should go over there and thank them for listening.
I think our sponsors should pay for us to go over there as a trip to do some research on the possibility of growing our show internationally.
Yep. We'll have to probably have paperwork we need to complete for something like that, though.
Well, let me get with my boss and see what she says, and you get with yours. Which brings us to our sponsors, by the way.
Yes.
We do have to thank our sponsors. Who are our sponsors, Lonnie?
Well, first off, we have the Lonnie Stevenson Mortgage Team over at High Tech Mortgage, helping you with your purchase of your home either in Lake Havasu or anywhere within Arizona. And we also help with refinancing as well. So anything that you need mortgage financing, we're here to help.
That's right. And if whether you're doing a refi or a purchase transaction, you will need title and escrow. Which brings us to our other sponsor, Chicago Title and Escrow of Lake Havasu City. Chicago Title has been here in Havasu, I want to say 15, 20 years, and they are the number one title insurance provider in the nation. We have 6 escrow officers for you to choose from, and they're here for you to help you with your transaction. So when you're ready to do your loan, come see Lonnie. When you're ready for your title and escrow, come see one of the fantastic girls at Chicago Title.
Fantastic girls.
Yes.
No guys, just girls.
Just girls. Well, there's one guy, but he don't count.
Yeah.
So that brings us up to our talk about some of the events we were supposed to get with.
Well, we've been trying to get with Jenny Koch over at the Chamber, but Winterfest is coming up this weekend, and she's going in all kinds of different directions, and scheduling just has not worked out to get her to come in and talk about Winterfest, but that is coming up this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So be prepared if you're in the downtown area. Winterfest is going on. Traffic will be a little bit heavier. McCulloch will be blocked off. I think they're doing it late Friday night so that the vendors can start setting up, and that begins Saturday morning at 10. And of course, there's free parking on both sides of McCulloch, Swanson, and Mesquite. And they have the new parking lot, I believe, that is finished kind of behind the Springburg McAndrew Park that's on Mesquite, across from the new building that's going up, the dialysis building just down
That's where
from
they had
Macoma.
the New Year's Eve
Yes,
bash.
The New Year's Eve bash on Springburg McAndrew Park. So there's a new parking lot that'll handle a couple hundred cars over there as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So that's free to attend. If you've never been down to Winterfest, check it out. It's a lot of fun. Stuff to do for the kids. They got food vendors, shopping, all kinds of great stuff. So come on down, check it out.
We also have Kenny Capitelli from the Rockabilly. Again, we're trying to get scheduling. He is just a week away from his event, Rockabilly, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 14th, 15th, and 16th of February down at Windsor, this is their 6th year of Rockabilly already. That's a mouthful, Rockabilly.
It's Rockabilly. It's not Rockabilly. It's
Rockabilly.
So Rockabilly's $25 for your ticket.
25 3-day, $10 each day, but you can buy a full 3-day pass for $25.
For those of you that don't know about what Rockabilly is, the Rockabilly Reunion it's all about cool cats and chicks, retro fashion, rock and roll, oldies music, rat rods, and more at the Lake Havasu Rockabilly Reunion. It's a 3-day stroll down Nostalgia Lane with 150 vendors of all types, food, beer garden, and the ever-popular Pinup Girl contest. Who doesn't like a pinup girl?
You read that very well.
I did.
You've been practicing, haven't you?
And let me clear that. I don't like pinup girls because I'm happily married. Right, honey? Okay. She's going to listen to this. So after you've seen the Rockabilly thing, we already told you about the pyrotechnics. So if you didn't hear about that, listen to last week's podcast. By the way, our podcast is available on iTunes. If you listen to this on the web, you also can get it on your mobile device via iTunes or your Android. Download your applicable podcast app. You can hear us on Spreaker.com, which is probably where you're listening to this to. SoundCloud, YouTube. Just Google All Things Havasu, you'll find us. With that, I think we're going to talk to our guest today. Once again, Kenny Samp with Sunset Tours should be coming in the room any minute.
Any minute now.
Yeah.
Is that... Oh, the door's opening now. Here he is.
All right, so we're here with my good buddy, Kenny Samp. Now, I do need to give you a little bit of a disclaimer here. Kenny and me have been friends for about 30 years, so I've known Kenny from Sunset Charter and Tours for a long time. Now, I have never ever been on one of his boat tours, but I do have to say that I know no matter what you do with Kenny Samp, you will be having a great time because Kenny is a fun guy. You could go to the grocery store with Kenny and have a good time. And I'll share a little story, and Kenny doesn't know I'm going to share this. And let's see if he remembers this. This is how far we go back. This is the kind of fun that you have with Kenny Samp. About 30 years ago, we must have been high school or just out of high school. We found ourselves in Phoenix for some reason. Not sure if it was a concert we were going to see, but we decided to go to Metro Center, which is a big mall in the Phoenix area.
That's dating yourself already when Metro Center was
the
happening place to go.
That's right. It was the happening place. And we decided to go shopping, and as the group of us got out of our car to start to walk in the mall, we couldn't figure out where Kenny was, and we turned, and he was standing behind the car, opening the trunk, and we're like, "What are you doing, Kenny?" And Kenny decided to put on a gorilla suit. Do you remember that? Kenny's shaking his head. Proceeded to wear this gorilla suit, and while we all went shopping, he spent the day running around Metro Center just messing with people and having a great time. So that's the kind of spontaneous, fun time that you'll have with Kenny. You remember that trip?
I do. And I wore the gorilla suit out, so it's long been gone. So don't expect any gorillas.
No gorilla suits on the tour. Yeah. So that's the kind of thing that you should expect when you go out with my buddy Kenny. So tell us a little bit about your business. I know how long have you been doing it?
Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to speak on your show. And my name's Kenny Samp. I'm the operator and one of the captains of the Sunset Charter and Tours here in Lake Havasu. We specialize in guided lake and boating river excursions. We're located down at the London Bridge English Village, right on the waterfront there. We operate a couple of vessels, and we run daily. The Kon-Tiki, it's been around for many, many years, goes to Copper Canyon. This is an 18-passenger open-air pontoon boat. We run to Copper Canyon at 11:30 every day. If we have enough interest, we go back out again at 1 o'clock. Copper Canyon is well known for its scenic beauty, and it's rich in history. Copper Canyon boasts of being the largest producing copper mine along the Colorado River during the mining era. So we're going to tell you all about it. We're going to give you an earful of information about the Colorado River Valley. We'll talk about the Indians, the river boating, The Army Air Corps during World War II trained their officers to fight here in this area. Of course, the history of the London Bridge, we're going to tell you all about it. And our founding father of Lake Havasu City, Robert McCullough of the McCullough Motor Company. He's best known for the McCullough chainsaw. Well, he got into the land development business late in his life, founded Lake Havasu City, set it up for us to live. And then eventually he bought the London Bridge, relocating it here, creating a centerpiece for his new master plan community. So we've got a lot of information to share. It's a great way to be introduced to the area if you're new to the area, or if you've been around for a while. It's a great way to just be reintroduced. Copper Canyon is considered to be the most scenic canyon on the lower Colorado River by the folks at the Arizona Highway magazine. And so don't forget your cameras. So we'll take you on a 1 hour trip to Copper Canyon. The cost is $20 a person. And again, we run daily. Reservations are not required, but suggested. And on Wednesday, on the Kontiki, we offer a lighthouse tour. Now, the lighthouses here on Lake Havasu are unique. They're working replicas of famous lights from around our country and Canada. Currently, we have 25 of these historically replicated lighthouses, and one of our captains will take you on a 2-hour lighthouse tour, talking a lot about the history of 12 of the 25 lighthouses, and giving you a little bit of insight on each one of them. This tour also stops at Copper Canyon, Goose Cove, Balance Rock, Red Rock, and Pilot Rock. So we see a lot of rocks, by the way. Now, this is on Wednesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock, and the cost is $30 a person. So this is another way to see the lake and a little bit more of it, and to hear a little history of our lighthouses around our country and Canada.
And those have all been put up at no cost to anyone. It's all been a volunteer operation. That whole lighthouse club has erected all those based on actual lighthouses from around the country, correct?
That's correct. The Lighthouse Club was formed in the year 2000, and locals got together, pooled their talents, raised some money, and started replacing the old generic navigation lights around the lake with these historically replicated lights. So it's a really neat addition to the area.
So they're not just ornamental, they are actual functional parts of our shorelines.
First and foremost, yes.
Yep.
So what percentage of the people that you go out are out-of-towners? You have local people, out-of-towners?
The majority of them. We'd like to see a lot more locals participate in our program. We have a lot to offer, and you know just as well as I do. Once you live here in Lake Havasu, you're like, yeah, I know all about the lake and what's going on around the area. You have people visiting, family, friends that are visiting. This is just a great way to get them out and to give them a heads up on what we have to offer around the area, and have a lot of fun doing it. Great.
Well, it looks like that would be a real fun time for everyone. So you have how many different tours?
Okay, so that's the Kontiki.
Okay.
That's the 18-passenger open-air pontoon. Now, we specialize in the Sunset Experience. This is our premier vessel. This is a 6-passenger open-air pontoon. It's very plush, independent bucket seats, theater-style seating. There is a restroom on board. And we do a 3-hour sunset experience.
Is this the Gilligan Island tour?
No, Gilligan.
Okay.
We leave Gilligan at home.
And the open restroom, is that out the back?
We actually have a boy bucket and a girl bucket. I tease, but no, the restroom facility is very nice. I compare it to an airline potty, but some say it's much bigger and nicer. I joke that I had to leave the jacuzzi tub out of that facility, but nonetheless, I welcome you to bring a bottle of wine, beer, soda, juice, anything you'd like to snack on, and let me entertain you for 3 hours. We make our way from the London Bridge English Village on South Lake Havasu, 12 miles down to a place called Steamboat Cove. Steamboat Cove was where the steamboats could get off the main river and do repairs and refuel. Well, along the way, we explore all the backwater canyons and coves of the South Basin. We look for the wildlife. Now, this time of the day is really nice. The sun, as low as it is, creates these shadows and colors on the rocks that you normally wouldn't see at any other time of the day. And it's the best time for the wildlife to come down to water. We look for the desert bighorn sheep, mule deer, coyote, burro. These are the larger animals. And we have many species of bird that frequent this valley as well. This is a great time of year to watch the birds. Again, I'm going to share the history of the river valley with you, and I have a compilation of classic tunes, just a variety of music that I play along the way that's fitting for the experience. I'm sure everybody will enjoy. Now, the Sleeping Indian is where we turn the boat around. The Sleeping Indian is a mountain formation.
I've heard about this, but I've not actually physically seen it.
Okay, well, you need to take the tour.
I know.
I'll take you right to them. Now, although you can see them at any time of the day, it only comes into view one spot on the lake, and it's best seen late in the day when it's backlit by the sun. So we'll get you there at the right time to put the Indian to bed. I tell you his story, and I share his legend, and you'll all be part of the legend when it's all said and done. And we leave the Sleeping Indian and make our way back upriver, right into the sunset. It's all about the sunset coming back upriver. This time of year, we get back early enough, just as we start making our way into the Bridgewater Channel. The stars are just starting to come out. But on the way back upriver, the colors radiating out of the western sky is really nice, especially reflecting off the water. Making our way back into the city, the city lights reflecting off the water as well. Now, in the spring, summer, and fall, we leave later and we get back much later, so there's more stargazing involved. We also stop at Copper Canyon, and I share the Aurora Light Show with you, mimicking the Aurora Borealis. Now, this effect's kind of neat. These high-powered spotlights shine from underneath the deck of the boat into the water. The light reflects off the surface of the water up onto the canyon wall, so it's indirect lighting. And as the water ripples, so does the light on the canyon wall. So it mimics the Aurora Borealis. And it's
Is this your idea? This sounds like a Kenny Samp idea right here.
Yeah, I came across it one day, and I just thought I had to incorporate this into the tour. So it was it's just a really neat effect. So we've got the mood music playing along the background, all the lighting on the boat's indirect lighting, so it's easy on the eyes. And again, the experience is very, very nice. It's great date night.
So this would be great for locals. I mean, I think anybody would have a great time on this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We have a lot of people that visit Lake Havasu. They look at TripAdvisor and to see what to do in Lake Havasu, and we're fortunate to have ranked a 5-star rating from TripAdvisor. And a lot of people share their experiences through that venue of what they have experienced on Serenity Now. That's the name of the boat, by the way, if I didn't mention that earlier. Serenity Now, and I named her that to help provoke a mindset you can take back home with you.
Is this the Seinfeld reference?
Well, it had a little to do with it, but it's certainly a fitting tribute to what you can expect.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. So if someone wants to take your tour, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way is give us a call directly. Eileen, she's our touring booking specialist, and you can reach her at area code 928-716-8687. 928-716-8687. And Eileen, she manages the schedule, so you get through to her, and she'll answer any detailed questions you might have, and she'll set the seat aside for you. She'll call you back for a confirmation and point you in the right direction, and once you get down to the boat, I'll take it from there.
Website, Facebook page, anything like that?
Havasus, you got me. SunsetHavasuBoatTours.com. SunsetHavasuBoatTours.com. And that'll get you to the webpage. Or just Google Sunset Tours Lake Havasu, and that'll take you right to it. So we have all the information available on the webpage as well.
Well, it sounds awesome, Kenny. I'm glad we got to talk with you today. Hopefully you got some people that learned some stuff about your company that didn't know before. And we'll have to go on the tour ourselves.
And I just want to add that I have a younger son that just graduated from kindergarten last May, and he was in a small class of 7 kids that graduated. The teacher for his class got together with Kenny and put together for their graduation day a special tour in which he took them out, not obviously in the Sunset Tour, but took them for a brief jaunt around the island and down to Copper Canyon and did a couple of things. And it was funny because as they were coming back to shore, we coordinated it with our graduation ceremony, so they were all changing into their caps and gowns with their sunglasses and beach attire and pulled in, and it was just the most unique, incredible ceremony that these kids had. My boy still talks about Captain Kenny and his trip around the island with him and riding on that boat, and they came in to shore on those bucket seats, all looking like King Tuts.
Yeah.
They were on top of the world. It was absolutely incredible. Yeah. So I have actually used and gotten gift certificates for the Sunset Cruise and used it as gifts and stuff because, sometimes you get these objects for people and especially my parents. What do you get to somebody that's getting up there in age, but to give them something for the Sunset Cruise experience, and they just absolutely loved it.
The gift certificates are very popular, and the kids were great that day. It was a really neat experience. Now, outside of the guided tours that we talked about earlier, we offer charter experiences. You can charter either the Kon-Tiki or Serenity now for a private party. If you want to get a group of people together and explore the lake, or if you have something specific you want to do. The Kon-Tiki, we're starting to do weddings on the boat.
Oh, that would be cool.
So I'm in a position to officiate the wedding, and we can accommodate up to 18 passengers.
So you're Reverend Kenny, too?
No, Captain Kenny. On the form, it gave me a choice, and I said, you know what, better just to keep it simple. So Captain Kenny. And but nonetheless, imagine a small wedding party, meeting down at the Bridgewater Channel, making our way out down south to a very scenic cove, and having a wedding ceremony out in the middle of nature. And we'll bring you back, and then you can go on to your reception or your dinner or whatever you got planned after that. So this is just simply another way to experience Lake Havasu in a unique way. We also run trips to Topak Gorge in the spring, summer, and fall times. Again, we're very flexible, and we have a lot to offer in the area here.
Great.
So if somebody doesn't have a boat of their own and has some family or friends in town for the weekend, get with Captain Kenny and take you both, yourself and your friends and relatives out on a special charter.
Good idea.
Awesome. All right, well, give Captain Kenny a call. You got his information, and we won't be checking in with you next week. We're going to be taking a week break. Someone has a vacation that they're going on, so they won't be able to do our podcast. But look for us the week after. We will be talking with another member from our community and keeping you up to date on all things Havasu. So with that, we're going to sign out. Thanks, everyone.
Have a great day.